A glorious day in Sugar City.
It is a
Yes,
beautiful
bright day, bright day. A lot of sunshine.
Bright
Yes.
days. It's nice, the warm days are coming around, and we have to remember to make sure that our pets and our animals have plenty of water to drink. Remember, they can't fetch it, you have to give it to them. But at the same time, I'd just like to comment this morning, Ruben, when I was coming this side, I took San Andres Street, and then from San Andres Street, I looked for Oleander Street. Now, there's a nice, beautiful paved street. It doesn't have no name on the street.
O, wrong way dati.
Right, from San Andres Street, from Moffitt's College to San Andres Street. You
No,
go
no,
down-
para la gente que está escuchando, ¿por dónde se encuentra esta calle? Orleanda, suena como en
No,
Francia.
Oleander Street is the one that runs right beside the hospital, Mendes
Okay.
Hospital, yes. Anyway, it runs from there, connecting to right here the Ignacio
Ignacio Vega Boulevard.
Vega Boulevard, yeah.
Soon to be renamed.
All right.
Yes.
What happened? But that little paved street is nice and beautiful, but it has a pedestrian ramp. And I was following this person.
Oleander?
Excuse me. This person. I was following them from San Andres on this beautiful paved street, coming to Oleander Street. And this vehicle had a lot of PUP stickers and everything. So I trusted the person was a diehard PUP. And you know what? It went over the pedestrian, big and boom. Look, I see dust and everything, things fly off the vehicle, and then
The
the
stickers
person
are on the
parked.
path, the sign.
No, that was a lady. She was driving, and I know she's a diehard PUP, and I know she's pissed off at that for not having any signs on that pedestrian ramp. Man, Kevin, you got one of your supporters pissed off at you, and I don't know how many Orange Kenyans have gone over that pedestrian ramp that has no signs. It's a shame. Nice street, no signs, I mean, the ramp is not even painted or anything like that, and this is what Orange Kenyans, don't appreciate about our town. When you have somebody that is supposed to be, I mean, you're elected to do that, to take care of these signs, and you're gonna break your vehicle. Listen, things are rough, we have to pay more for parts and all these things, but not unnecessarily because of negligence on behalf of the town council not having these ramps painted or with signs. I really felt sorry for the lady, put politics aside. I mean, she has a nice vehicle and all these things, but ramming it over a pedestrian ramp that high, man, is disastrous. So, just I feel pitiful for the lady, but I know that's a PUP that's pissed off at you, Kevin.
But
I think that the manifesto of the United Democratic Party clearly says in traffic and public safety, because it's one thing to mention the problem, but another completely to address the problem. It says we're committed to keeping our town safe. To increase safety here in Orange Walk Town, we will, 1, construct a sidewalk extending from the entrance of the George Price Boulevard to New Hope High School to ensure the safety of students and pedestrians in those areas. 2, develop and police a well-coordinated bus route within town limits. This includes establishing specific pick-up and drop-off points for passengers with town limits to improve the flow of traffic. Thirdly, refurbish and maintain traffic lights, put up signs and pedestrian crossings. 4, partner with the police department to establish a special constable corps to help. Obviously, the third one needs to be, we need to point that out, that the United Democratic Party is well aware of the necessity for more signs.
yes, and a very important one in relation to our driving as our community grows. Good morning, everyone. Muy buenos días a todos. Is to they always talk about public education, and there's also transportation education in my mind. That sometimes people get busy on a day-to-day schedule, and it would be good if as civic pride and a community project we put signs in the neighborhoods, the miles per hour, 15 miles per hour. This is a residential area, so that sometimes you have people who are hurrying to go to work because they're late. You got the taxi drivers who want to take you there because you need to be on
But what
time.
do you think
So
is
we
the
need to put
problem,
signs.
Ruben? Is it because we have taken things for granted?
I believe
or
so.
is it that there's the constant cry that we not got no money? What do you think is the problem?
Well, again, it's let's be positive. It's about planning. It's about planning, planning and safety and health. If you have safety, you'll have a good health. If you don't have safety, your health might be going in an accident and everything like that. And not only that, it causes a disturbance in community dialogue, that me and you are quarrel because who me right and who me wrong. But I think as the traffic concern is growing, is growing, we need to let them know that we need like the traffic signs, the mileage, how fast you're going, and things like that. You know, we really need to do some transportation education. You have to be on a positive note, because I mean, people just, for example, on the ramp by in front of the town council, people just walk, but the pedestrian also has a responsibility to look to my left, to my right before I cross.
May I interrupt, please? There have somebody. Oh, he's gone. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying that while ramps are good and bumps are good, that we need to work along with the population, so that the community can be involved, to know that safety is a two-way street. No. The driver needs to know that you need to stop because there's a bump and it's a crossing. The pedestrian or whoever, the bicycle, need to know that you need to look both ways before crossing.
I can sympathize with the person who went through that situation with the bump, because it has happened to me on at least two occasions on the many years ago on the Western Highway. I mean, on the George Price Highway, and was coming out of San Ignacio or going in, and there was no sign to advise me that there is a pedestrian ramp. And in a small Isuzu pickup truck, can you imagine what a shakeup I went through? I mean, really, the most decent thing to do is to put up a darn sign saying, hey, there is a pedestrian ramp coming up within 100 yards.
But those are things I believe, again, that instill in us civic pride to make recommendations. And those are things that we need to look forward.
No, I think that it's more than that. I think that it is a responsibility of the town council to keep us safe, and I think, and to warn us and to show us exactly where those pedestrian ramps are and where are the stop signs. If it were any other country, we wouldn't expect anything less than that. Why should we be complacent?
No, complacency is when you don't do anything about it. But I live in Orange Walk, and all of us do. And sometimes I'll always say, it's not about complaining, but finding solutions. And why do I say finding solutions rather than complaining? Because at the end of the day, say today we're here campaigning for the UDP team. On March 7th, we're going to vote. On March 8th, the results will be there and the effect will be realized for the next 3 years. But it doesn't matter who is there. We need to make recommendations as a citizen. And we have the UDP team who has opened the window and the doors to say, we will welcome suggestions, we will welcome ideas, we will welcome inputs, so that we can have a safer and better Orange Walk. So again, without putting blame, you put a comparative on the candidates running. And another thing, on nomination day, there was also like the dissolution of the municipality, that the mayor is the one that is running the show now, the mayor. Because when you're nominated, they are candidates now. They are no longer councillors. Okay, so that period has concluded for the councillors. The mayor is the one who runs the day-to-day things now, because everybody is a candidate now. And we need to look at these things. But when we look at our town, we're supposed to become more involved in which road we want our community to go. And certainly...
te voy a invitar a que repitas eso en español, por favor, para el gran beneficio de nuestra audiencia.
I'm getting there, Manuel, I'm getting there, but you have to understand we need to finish our thoughts first. When we get involved in doing things, after the 7th of March, we are joining into safeguarding our community. Lo que estoy diciendo es de que ahorita, como estamos haciendo sugerencias, ideas positivas para mejorar la situación en nuestra comunidad, nosotros como ciudadanos tenemos esa obligación también para participar. ¿Y cómo podemos participar? Participamos cuando en la autoridad nos abren la puerta para poder tener ese ambiente para participar, para poder poner nuestras ideas. La gente de afuera tiene muchas buenas ideas que podemos aprender de ellos. y Philip de la Fuente y el equipo del UDP en su manifiesto tiene escrito de que se va a darle apertura a la comunidad para hacer sugerencias de tiempo a tiempo para poder mejorar los planes y para mejorar las situaciones en Orange Walk. Así de tenemos que o debemos de ver cuál es el camino que vamos a llevar después del 7 de marzo hacia los próximos 3 años para mejoramiento. Y eso se hace invitando a la gente. Y eso es lo que Philip de la Fuente y el UDP en su manifiesto le está presentando a la gente la oportunidad de decir, vamos a tener un concilio UDP, pero también vamos a tener un concilio que va a ser abierto para recibir sugerencias como un partner para mejorar la situación en Orange Walk. That is what I'll say.
Sí, yo quisiera decir esto. La cosa es de que hay que analizar este hecho de estos pedestrian ramps y en la municipalidad y las señales. Hay un problema en la municipalidad actual. ¿Qué pasa? Que el grupo de Philip de la Fuente, del UDP, anduvieron de casa en casa, consiguieron sus opiniones del pueblo, para que los que están en la municipalidad no sepan que se necesitan ciertas cosas, demuestra de que esta gente no está en contacto con la gente, uno. Dos, si no están en contacto con la gente, ¿dónde están? ¿Y saben dónde están? Están trabajando para Smart en Belice, no están acá. Y el mayor no va a andar caminando a todas las calles buscando esta información. Entonces, pueblo orangeoqueño, dense en cuenta, esta municipalidad presente del PUP no tiene al pueblo en su mente, no sabe que el pueblo quiere y no anda el pueblo viendo las necesidades del pueblo. ¿Por qué? Porque no están acá, están trabajando para SMART, están trabajando para Sector, están en Belice, solo ahorita estos días los vamos a ver por acá. Entonces, ¿qué clase de gente se ha elegido a llevar nuestra municipalidad adelante? Señores, tenemos la oportunidad de hacer mejor. Este 7 de marzo podemos cambiar todo eso y lo vamos a hacer porque queremos gente que vive aquí en Orange Walk, gente que sabe lo que necesitamos, gente que podemos ver a diario porque aquí están. No gente que 5 de la mañana está yendo a Belice y regresa hasta las 7, 8 de la noche. Esta gente no sabe qué pasa en Orange Walk. ¿Y cómo podemos tener esta gente acá trabajando para nosotros? Si no trabajan para nosotros, trabajan para Johnny. Entonces es tiempo que nos demos cuenta y analicemos por qué está descuidado todos los letreros, los señalamientos de la vialidad en este municipio de Orange Walk. Y también les quisiera mencionar de que continuidad en eso nosotros no podemos tener. Si viene un turista a Orange Walk o viene una persona de otro distrito y se lleva uno de estos pedestrian ramps, esta persona va a quebrar su vehículo. ¿Qué mentalidad? ¿Cómo van a pensar en nosotros? Que somos gente que no nos preocupamos de nada. No, al contrario, yo creo que todos nos preocupamos porque también nosotros andamos en estas calles. ¿Verdad?
Yeah, yes,
Exactamente.
and there is a concern also that again I use the word communication because when you have a council that communicates with the community, you have a bond. But right now there is no communication. There's no communication. For example, I made a little survey, and I did it out of respect, not disrespect, just to find out. We are on People Stadium, Sugar City Radio. You know, hundreds of students go to New Hope and to Technical. So at random, I said good morning or good afternoon. I said, you know, a town council election is coming on March 7th. Can you do me a favor? He said, what's that? Can you please name me who are the town council right now? And they look up in the sky and said, and they laugh. I said, I really don't know. You know, 1 out of 15 knew 2 councillors. 1 out of 15 students knew who 2 of the councillors. So the other 14 didn't even know who they were. So that tells you that there is a disconnect between who are the people in the town council who were elected and the people. Because, you know, in school you have social studies and all this thing, and they talk to you about leadership. You know, Belizeans know many of the leaders who are in the United States, the president, who is the chairman of the Senate, the opposition. Belizean people know. But when you have your students going to high school, don't even know who your municipal leaders are. there's an absolute disconnect. 1 out of 15, 14 didn't know. And I just did this to find out, to say, well, if these students who are commuting every day and going to school and learning, imagine the person working day to day that, as the doctor mentioned, that these councils, the previous councils, and because they're candidates now, are working in Belize City, and so nobody knows. How will you get things done? How will you establish a communication? The UDP team work and live in Orange Walk. So you will have better communication so that things can get better done for all the people in Orange Walk.
Okay, vamos a tomar una pausa, compañeros. Son las 8 menos 8 minutos. Ya hicimos un segmento extendido ahí, pero vamos a estar de vuelta con más luego de estos anuncios comerciales.
That was astounding.
The number one.
What?
Then of Dano Milk. You can whip it scream. For Dano Milk it is real. Yes, Dano Milk. Then of Dano Milk. All over Cayo and in San Pedro. Dano Milk. Then of Dano Milk. Dano Milk in the morning. Dano Milk in the evening. Dano Milk. Give me Dano Milk. Up north in Corozal, supermarket and them all. Dano Milk, then of Dano Milk. All over this land and in Belmopan, yes, Dano Milk. Give me Dano Milk. Say in Dangriga, down south in Fiji. Dano Milk, then of Dano Milk. You can hear this stuff, cause it's in Orange Walk, yeah, Dano Milk. I love Dano Milk. Dano Milk Powder. Probably the best milk powder in the world. Dano.
Motor 5.0. 4 válvulas por cilindro. Todos quisiéramos una.
Como que no agarra, ¿no? Siento como que se le pega el...
¿Balancín? Vamos a darte el aceite que te mereces. Vas a correr como rayo, preciosa.
Los que oímos más allá de las revoluciones, hablamos máquina. Roche France, poniendo el mundo a funcionar.
Agente autorizado German Vega y Sons. Teléfono 322-3625. Roche France.
Every day when my daddy gets up to go to work, he says this is for me to have a better life. But I say, Daddy, we have a better life. Mommy don't have to leave home to wash my clothes anymore. We don't have to go all the way to a pump and back home to wash every bucket. No, Mommy just have to turn on the pipe and wash up and make we bathe as long as we want. Even the school teacher make we wash we hand the pipe instead of a nasty bucket like before. See, Daddy, life is better. Water the life.
You have an 8-cylinder powerful engine disguised as an aluminum alloy that spins at 8,000 revolutions per minute.
Goes like this. You think it's a turbo?
No, with a cleaning of injectors and a change of oil, you will run more efficient, my friend.
For those who understand the engine like it talks to you, we speak machine. Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega and Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
The Philip Goulton Highway between Belize City and the Philip Goulton International Airport is getting a major facelift to the tune of $31.5 million. Section A of the highway upgrading project between Haulover Bridge and PGIA is nearing completion at an investment of $13.6 million. Works include construction of retaining walls to prevent erosion, widening of the road cross section to include paved road shoulders, pavement restoration and resurfacing. The project also includes installation of LED road lighting and safety features such as signs, reflectors, road marking, and improved visibility through the clearing of the road reserve. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Freshly extracted local honey, perfect for today's dessert. And these locally produced onions, they are just the right size for my popular onion rings and hamburgers. And these cuts of sheep lamb, also grown locally, are just perfect for my succulent barbecue. When I think about my family's health, I buy local products first. After all, they are fresh and healthier. And if you do the same, you're shaping a brighter future for your community, your family, and yourself, as local spending circles back to you. Remember, when you buy local products, you are building a better Belize. This message is proudly sponsored by the Food and Agriculture Organization, European Union, Ministry of Agriculture, and Belize Marketing and Development Corporation.
Hey, Jenna, remind me to buy credit when we leave here.
Again? Geez.
I need to buy data.
You really should just sign up for the data basic plans from Digicel. It's perfect for data lovers like you.
What's that? Because I don't want to change my number.
Keep your number. All you're doing is just paying once a month for data allowance. That way you get way more data than buying day to day, and you pay less than what you're always spending on clothes. Just select a plan that suits your budget. They're as low as $24.99.
Are you serious?
Yes, there are even larger plans that families can share the data.
I like the sound of that. You can look now.
Digicel prepaid customers, come into any Digicel office and ask about a data basic plan that is right for you. The bigger, better network. Digicel.
We will build a better and more beautiful Orange Walk town.
A better Orange Walk for our children and our children's children.
An Orange Walk, where our residents can enjoy good and clean streets, drains, and parks.
An Orange Walk where tourism will complement our sugar industry.
An Orange Walk that will provide more job opportunities for its residents.
A developed Orange Walk that will be the pride of all Northenians.
For real development and the Orange Walk we all wish to see, your UDP 7 is here to make that change for our progress.
There's no need to go across the border to enjoy sun, sand, and crystal blue waters. Belize's northern islands and reef are just a boat ride away. Go slow and immerse yourself into the Caribbean Sea or enjoy some fresh coconut water. Or pick up the pace on an island where locals can enjoy sandy beaches by day and feast on your fresh catch by night. Discover the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef and submerge yourself into another world where you can experience a traffic jam you will want to return. You can also make new friends along the way. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler. Need an escape from your daily schedule? Why not become a tourist in your own country? Discover Western Belize. Transport back in time and be awed by the reminiscences of the Mayan civilization. Be adventurous or spend a day with family and friends enjoying the serenity of the Macau River. Sample a kaya staple or pick up some fresh produce to make your own delicacy. Come visit us in Western Belize. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
They see you and know you're living. Always a star. Yes, you live in color to the limit. Large and in charge. Yes, that's why you rock with Buster. Refreshing range of colorful flavors. Always a star, never the audience. You run things never run you. Yes, you are the life of it, not just a part of it. Your life is never black and white. Live in full color. Buster.
Bienvenidos de vuelta, compañeros, al Sugar City Morning Show. Son exactamente las 8:02. Un gran gusto saludarles aquí de nuevo con el doctor Homero Novelo y el señor Rubén Campos. Rubén, doctor, de nuevo buenos días. Entiendo que tú tienes información nueva, perdón, Rubén, acerca de los polling areas. You have the polling areas and so forth. And lots of crucial information that we'd like to share with the general public.
Yes, gracias, Emmanuel. On Wednesday, on election day, there are 4 polling areas in Orange Walk Municipality. Polling area 53, polling area 54, polling area 55, and polling area 60. And then those are where you vote, and then the counting area. The counting area will be the auditorium at La Inmaculada RC School. That's when all the boxes will be taken there. But if you allow me so that we can share it with the people, yes. I will read it for clarity. En el municipio de Orange Walk, aquí va a haber cuatro áreas de votación. Polling area 53, 54, 55 y 60. Y we're going to read. We're going to start with polling area 53. Polling area 53, which is San Francisco RC School, right here by the Judge Price Boulevard. At the San Francisco RC School, there will be 6 polling rooms. Ahí habrá 6 salas para ir a votar. 6 rooms. Each room will be marked with letters that indicate your last name. That means if you are Martinez, you will look at the letter M on the wall. Así que en cada sala de votación, afuera va a estar marcado la primera letra de tu apellido, tu último nombre. So if it's Martinez, you will go to vote to the room that has marked M. Each room will be marked with letters that indicate your last name. Now, this is polling area 53 at RC, San Francisco RC. Right there you have room with the letter A and B. Eso va a ser la primera sala. A and B va a marcar. This room has 445 voters. There will be a room marked with the letter C. That's for campus. That's where I will go and vote. This room has 572 voters. Room with the letters D to H. Esta es otra sala. This room has 632 voters. Room with letters I to M. This room has 599 voters. Room with the letters N to R. This room has 594 voters. Room with the letter S to Z. This room has 673 voters. A total of 3,515 voters are on the registration list for San Francisco. Can you repeat that
total, please?
3,515.
3,515 in polling area 53.
Right. Así que va a haber 5 salas para votar en San Francisco RC School, which is on the part of Central. Then we have polling area number 54. Número 54, which is La Inmaculada RC School. La Inmaculada, ahí va a la votación. At La Inmaculada RC School, there will be 5 polling rooms. Habrá 5 salas de votación. Room with the letters A to B. This room has 372 voters. Room with letters C to E, this room has 546 voters. Room with letters F to L, this room has 514 voters. Room with the letters M to Q, this has 452 voters. Room with the letters R to Z, this room has 581 voters. A total of 2,465 voters at La Inmaculada. Así que en la escuela La Inmaculada habrá 5 salas de votación. Now we go to polling area number 55. La área número 55, which is in the Otrobenque area.
Can you repeat the total for La Inmaculada?
2,465 voters.
65. So the
Yes.
total amount for Central would be 5,980?
Yes. Polling area number 55, which is Chapel School in the Otrobenque area. Chapel School, there will be 2 polling rooms. Habrá 2 salas para ir a votar. Room with the letter A to K. This room has 513 voters. Room with letters L to Z. This room has 499 voters. A total of 1,012 voters in Otrobenque polling area 55. Now the greatest polling area in one school is polling area 60, which is the Louisiana Government School. En la área de Louisiana, que es número 60, ahí habrá 11 salas de votación. There will be 11 polling rooms. There will be a room with A to B. This room has 639 voters. Room with the letter CA, solo C-A. That's like campus again. This room has 586 voters. Then there will be room with the letters CE to CU. This room has 460 voters. Room with letters D to F. This room has 299 voters. Room with letters G to H. This room has 564 voters. Room with letters I to L. This room has 396 voters. Room with the letter M, only M. This room has 501 voters. Room with the letters N to Q. This room has 562 voters. Room with the letters R to S. This room has 612 voters. Room with the letter, only letter T. This room has 357 voters. Room with the letters U to Z. This room has 433 voters. That's a total of 5,409 voters that will be voting in the Louisiana Government School, which is polling area 60. En la escuela Louisiana, el número 60 tendrá 11 salas para ir a votar y tiene un total de 5,409 votantes. Así que that gives us a total of 12,401 voters who are eligible to vote. Nos da 12,401 votantes cuáles sus nombres están en la lista para poder votar.
Perdóname, Rubén, si te pudieras tú recordar, ¿qué fue el total para la última elección de la cantidad de votantes? ¿Fue algo cerca de 11,000 o...?
Yes,
estoy viendo,
it was less.
el incremento.
There are over 680 new voters and transfers that are added to the list and whatnot. So what we're saying is that after the voting has completed, the counting will take place at the La Inmaculada RC Auditorium. So after the voting in Chapel School, a vehicle will take those boxes to La Inmaculada RC Auditorium. Now, for each box that is taken, one representative of each party will be inside the vehicle to accompany that box to La Inmaculada, to the counting room. So in one vehicle, you'll have the presiding officer and their workers. You'll have a representative from each party inside. So the box will not go by itself. There will be people inside to watch it. The boxes from San Francisco school, they will be transported to the counting room at La Immaculada Auditorium. Each party is allowed one member to accompany the boxes. So you will be in the vehicle, not outside the vehicle. You must be inside. That has been agreed upon. The voters voting at Louisiana, polling area 60, a member of each party or a representative of each party shall accompany the boxes to La Immaculada. So 2 of us will be in that vehicle to take it. So, and if that doesn't happen, you don't leave until that is agreed, because each party has the right to ensure that the boxes arrive at the counting area safely, untouched, and the way it was intended to be. Now, at the when you reach at the counting, the room will be open from 5 o'clock, so that inside the auditorium, since there are 24 polling areas in Orange Walk district, Orange Walk town, there will be 24 tables set up. 24 tables, so that as each box arrives, there will be a 15-minute rest, where the officers will rest 15 minutes, and then the boxes will be open and the counting will start. So as the box reaches, you're assigned to a table, and then after 15 minutes rest, because the workers are tired, the counting will start immediately. So as the boxes come, they will be placed on the assigned table. 24 tables there. Every hour on the hour, the returning officer has agreed that he, who is Mr. Hugo Miranda, he will be making an issue, basically how it goes. So the media does not have to be como está y como va and this thing and disturb. He wants things to go efficiently and smoothly. Now, when the voting has concluded, the voting process now, all the ballots have to reconcile. So in each room, the ballots will be reconciled and ensure that it goes to the counting area and such. The reason that the counting room will be open at 5 o'clock is to give an opportunity to the counters to be there, so that there is more transparency. The last time when the counting took place, as you went in there, they had to assign here, assign there, and the boxes should have been counted simultaneously, and this time it's better organized and better planned.
May I interject? Yesterday when Minister was here, he alluded to some situation where I think that for the first time computers or laptops are being permitted within. Can you elaborate?
Yeah, right now I'm just clarifying where there will be polling area 53, 54, 55, and 60. 53 being San Francisco, 54 being La Immaculada, 55 being Chapel Otrobenque, 60 being Louisiana. Las áreas de votación, San Francisco, que es nombrado como polling area número 53. La Inmaculada, como es designado polling area 54. Chapel School en Otrobenque, designado como polling area 55. Y Louisiana Government School, designado como polling area 60. Así de que esas son las áreas, las escuelas que van a ser utilizadas para ir a votar la otra semana, el miércoles 7 de marzo. And I want to ask you to come out and vote early and vote for the UDP 7 and place your X next to the red box. I have to take my plug. Now, that's what we're campaigning. Vote UDP 7, UDP red down the line. Now, we're asking people to come out to vote early, que salgan a votar temprano. Tienen tiempo para ya buscar su ID. Get your ID. Así que cuando vayan a votar ya tienen su ID. Pero quiero decirles que si no tienen su ID y su nombre está en la lista de votantes, if you do not have an ID and your name is on the voters list, you will be allowed to vote. In this case, if you do not have your voters list, your voters ID, you can take like your social security card that has your picture, or an official ID that has your picture, so that you can look at. The other option is that the binder will be open where you registered, and there will be a comparison between you and the binder. So if you have your card, you can vote. If you do not have your card, you can vote, but your name must be on the voters list. Now, why is it important to talk about the voters list? Because in a lot of elections, there are complaints. Oh, Doc, tú vives en Yo Creek, ¿por qué estás votando acá en Orangeoak? But at the time, you were living in Orangeoak and you registered in Orangeoak. So, if your name is on the voters list, and wherever you may be in New York, you may be in London, in Australia, if your name is on the list and you reach between 7 and 6, you have a right to vote. So we can dispel this quarrel about where you are, so that so long as your name is on the list. The voting is from 7 to 6. That's 11 hours, 660 minutes, 39,000 plus seconds. ¿Ok? A voting. Desde la votación va a comenzar desde las 7 hasta las 6 de la tarde. Now, the schools are locked in with a fence. If at 6 o'clock there is still voters on the line, the gate will be closed, and those inside, a police officer will go behind the last voter, and every voter shall vote on that day. So it might be 6:15, 6:30, but so long as those are on the line at 6 o'clock, they shall be allowed to vote. But what is going to happen on election day? The returning officer has the official time. So what is it that we need to do? We need to synchronize our watches with the returning officer. When he says he will start at 7 o'clock, all our watches supposed to have 7 o'clock. So that we don't go, well, oh, what your watch says, falta 5 minutos. His watch, his time is the official time for election day. His time. So everybody has been invited to set that, your time, with his time. Now, the rooms will be open from 5:36 to prepare and ensure that everything is there. And at 7 o'clock sharp, the first voter should be voting, because the law says voting shall start at 7. So if you're there early and online, 7 o'clock, they'll be calling, Emmanuel Martinez going there. 7 o'clock, you should be marking the first ballot. Okay? Not to say, well, it's open at 7. At 7 o'clock, it says voting starts. So it has been organized so that all the officials and everybody is there. And it's good to have wide communication, and the public needs to know this, because before the public didn't have this information. Anteriormente la gente no tiene esta información, y ahora ya saben que la votación va a comenzar desde las 7 de la mañana hasta las 6 de la tarde. Por si al caso de las 6 de la tarde y hay una línea de votantes, después de las 6, un oficial de la policía, una policía, se va a ir detrás del último votante hasta que ha votado ese votante, esa persona, y entonces allá se va a terminar. Así de que va a estar bien organizado. Así le pedimos a la gente que salgan a votar temprano, muy temprano, y que vengan ya preparados para votar. Si tienes tu tarjeta de votación, tu ID, puedes votar. Si no tienes tu ID de votación, tu tarjeta, siempre puedes votar, siempre y cuando tu nombre se encuentra en la lista de votantes. Bueno, si usted quiere saber cómo o si su nombre está en lista de votantes o en qué área está o a dónde va a votar, desde ahorita usted puede ir en su internet, usted puede entrar en Belize Elections and Boundaries, Belize Elections and Boundaries Belize, y allá puede decir, ahí hay una sección que dice Where do I vote? Usted pone su nombre, su fecha de nacimiento, el año, el día y el mes, y allá automáticamente va a aparecer su nombre y le va a decir a usted a dónde, en qué área está registrado y a dónde va a votar. So, así todos tenemos ahora una oportunidad de saber a dónde vamos a votar. So it will be easy. Tenemos tiempo. We must do our homework as voters also to know where we'll go and vote.
Y eso que tú acabas de mencionar lo estoy haciendo ahora a propósito para ver si es que funciona y si funciona. Sugar City Mornings, bueno, perdimos la llamada ahí, continúa, Rubén.
Sí, así de que en esta elección también se ha amendado las reglas de que se va a permitir laptops, pero el laptop no debe tener una cámara aquí afuera, ni una cámara acá adentro, ni debe de tener mecanismo para poder hacer record voice, no voice recording element in it. Nosotros en Orange Walk no vamos a usar laptop esta vez, pero el otro lado sí van a usar. Así de que cuando nuestros polling agents entren allá, también van a tener la oportunidad de ir a ver, de inspeccionar con los oficiales que ese laptop no tiene cámara acá, porque no queremos que nadie esté haciendo video del votante, cómo vota y qué es eso. Nada de eso. That's not going to happen. So, the elections and boundaries prepares the list. Ya le dieron la lista de votantes a los dos partidos. No. The returning officer que está encargado ahora de la elección de ese día, Mr. Hugo Miranda, él y su equipo van a estar chequeando todos los laptops de que estén en conformidad de lo que se ha
A propósito,
propuesto.
quiero decirte que acabo yo de conseguir los resultados de la encuesta que hice y estoy bastante alegre de mencionar que Voter Information Search Results encontró mi nombre y me dice también dónde voy a votar.
Precisamente, that is right. Por eso le estamos dando la información acá en Nortevisión, en Channel 10, este equipo, porque queremos darle la información a la gente que no espere última hora. Todos tenemos teléfono, we have a phone, we have internet, so you can go on the internet to the Belize Elections and Boundaries, you enter your name, follow the instructions.
Look up to voter, look up, simplemente teclas, voter, look up tu nombre y
precisamente,
tu fecha de nacimiento.
Así que, before you go and vote, you know already where you're going to vote and what area. So that this had never happened before. It's something new, but it's something good for the voter and for democracy. Así de que podemos ver cómo estamos mejorando la participación de todo ciudadano que va a poder votar el día de elección. Otro punto que quisiera presentarles a ustedes, público, es de que el día de elección, los oficiales de ambos partidos han llegado en un acuerdo de que cuando una persona va a ir a votar, que vaya preparado para indicarle a la persona dentro si necesita ayuda para quien quiere votar. Do not wait for the officer to ask you questions. Go and tell them how you want to vote if you need help, si necesitas ayuda. Los agentes allá que le dicen polling agents o scrutineers, su trabajo ahí es de que si una persona entra para ir a votar y necesita ayuda, el presiding officer va a llamar uno de cada lado y le va a preguntar al votante, ¿para quién quiere votar usted? For whom do you want to vote? No va a decirle pues si vas a votar para este o para otro. ¿Para quién quiere votar? El votante entonces va a dar la respuesta, quiero votar para tal. Si el votante dice quiero votar para los colorados, entonces solo hay 7 colorados y ahí se marca. All right?
Vamos a tomar esta llamada, perdón.
Okay.
Sugar City Morning Show, buenos días. Good morning. Buenos días.
Good morning.
Hello. Perdimos la llamada.
Yes, so there is an opportunity now for all voters to know where you will vote. ¿A dónde va a votar? ¿En cuál escuela? ¿En cuál área?
¿Puedo pedir que repitas, por favor, algo que me tiene todavía intrigado? Dijiste tú de que el returning officer periódicamente va a estar dando un reporte de cómo va Is it something that, did I get you right?
Yes, porque cada hora, durante el día, todos quieren saber cómo va la elección y los medios de comunicación.
Durante el curso de las elecciones,
Sí.
no del conteo.
Bueno, el conteo, él tiene que esperar hasta que termine para darte la información, pero terminando, le va a dar la información a todos de inmediato.
Okay. Sugar City Morning Show, buenos días, good morning. Buenos días.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning to all.
Good morning.
I'd really like to ask if you have a voters, the ID from 1990. If you have an ID from 1997, you could still use that.
Oh, yes.
Of course. Why?
Yes.
That means that you could go back to 1900 if you had one. That means that you are registered and you are a person who can vote. Yes, ma'am, you can.
Okay, then, all right. But I mean, you older now that you could still use it, not true?
Of course you can. You
Because
don't
it
need
has
to.
your photo on it. It has your picture on it.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome. So when they call your name and you show your ID, that will show your picture, and then the name on the list has your name, address, and date of birth.
Yeah, but can the Elections and Boundaries Commission, update that?
Yes, but you can use any ID. If you don't have your your voter's ID, take an ID that has your photo on it. And then, for example, if you take your Social Security, ensure that the name that is on the Social Security, date of birth on the Social Security is the same that the one is on your registration ID, because sometimes there are typographical errors, and then you want to avoid confusion. So that is why we have the opportunity to go into the internet to Elections and Boundaries, as Emmanuel just did, and enter your name, and then you will find exactly where you're going to vote, because your name will be there and it will tell you where you are. And that is the exercise that everybody is doing right now. So it's open now. It's not like you hide. ¿Qué va a votar acá? But no, everybody can see where you go vote, and you can vote freely. Nobody have to guide you really, but it's good the familiarity on election day that you have there. So it's everybody can find out now the information, where you're registered and where you're going to vote.
That's very good
Yes.
information, Ruben. Very good information. And
now, if I may, the process now for election, the polling station, when you go in to vote, los votantes cuando entran, what happens when you reach to the door and you go to, what happens when you are at the door?
Ok, me están indicando que tenemos que ir a una pausa cuando son las 8:29 minutos. Vamos a tratar ese asunto, Rubén, tan pronto regresemos. Pero primero vamos a esa pausa y estaremos de vuelta con ustedes tan pronto estos anuncios.
Notice the residents of rural communities in Orange Walk and Corozal districts. If you value your health and your children's health, you will dispose of your garbage only at approved sites. The disposal of garbage at any other location is illegal, and if caught, you can be fined up to $5,000. If you don't get caught, you can still suffer health impacts caused by these illegal sites, because illegal dump sites harbor pests such as rodents, possums, and mosquitoes that carry diseases. These can transmit those diseases to you and your children. In addition, the garbage you throw away illegally can contaminate water bodies near your community, the same water bodies you might use for recreation or other purposes. Only with your help can the Department of Environment ensure that Belize's development is safe for present and future generations. You can also contact your local village councils or Belize Solid Waste Management Authority for more information. The Department of Environment thanks you for your help.
There's no need to go across the border to enjoy sun, sand, and crystal blue waters. Belize's northern islands and reef are just a boat ride away. Go slow and immerse yourself into the Caribbean Sea, or enjoy some fresh coconut water. Or pick up the pace on an island where locals can enjoy sandy beaches by day and feast on your fresh catch by night. Discover the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef and submerge yourself into another world where you can experience a traffic jam you will want to return. You can also make new friends along the way. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
You have an 8-cylinder powerful engine disguised as an aluminum alloy that spins at 8,000 revolutions per minute.
Goes like this. You think it's a turbo?
No, with a cleaning of injectors and a change of oil, you will run more efficient, my friend.
For those who understand the engine like it talks to you, we speak machine. Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent German Vega and Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
The Philip Goulton Highway between Belize City and the Philip Goulton International Airport is getting a major facelift to the tune of $31.5 million. Section A of the highway upgrading project between Haulover Bridge and PGIA is nearing completion at an investment of $13.6 million. Works include construction of retaining walls to prevent erosion, widening of the road cross section to include paved road shoulders, pavement restoration and resurfacing. The project also includes installation of LED road lighting and safety features such as signs, reflectors, road marking, and improved visibility through the clearing of the road reserve. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Freshly extracted local honey, perfect for today's dessert. And these locally produced onions, they are just the right size for my popular onion rings and hamburgers. And these cuts of sheep lamb, also grown locally, are just perfect for my succulent barbecue. When I think about my family's health, I buy local products first. After all, they are fresh and healthier. And if you do the same, you're shaping a brighter future for your community, your family, and yourself, as local spending circles back to you. Remember, when you buy local products, you are building a better Belize. This message is proudly sponsored by the Food and Agriculture Organization, European Union, Ministry of Agriculture, and Belize Marketing and Development Corporation.
Hey, Jenna, remind me to buy credit when we leave here.
Again? Jeez.
I need to buy data.
You really should just sign up for the data basic plans from Digicel. It's perfect for data lovers like you.
What's that? Because I don't want to change my number.
Keep your number. All you're doing is just paying once a month for data allowance. That way you get way more data than buying day to day, and you pay less than what you're always spending on clothes. Just select a plan that suits your budget. They're as low as $24.99.
Are you serious?
Yes, there are even larger plans that families can share the data.
I like the sound of that. You can look now.
Digicel prepaid customers, come into any Digicel office and ask about a data basic plan that is right for you.
The bigger, better network. Digicel.
We will build a better and more beautiful Orange Walk town.
A better Orange Walk for our children and our children's children.
An Orange Walk, where our residents can enjoy good and clean streets, drains, and parks.
An Orange Walk where tourism will complement our sugar industry.
An Orange Walk that will provide more job opportunities for its residents.
A developed Orange Walk that will be the pride of all Norteños.
For real development and the Orange Walk we all wish to see, your UDP 7 is here to make that change for progress.
Need an escape from your daily schedule? Why not become a tourist in your own country? Discover Western Belize. Transport back in time and be awed by the reminiscences of the Mayan civilization. Be adventurous or spend a day with family and friends enjoying the serenity of the Macau River. Sample a kaya staple or pick up some fresh produce to make your own delicacy. Come visit us in Western Belize. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Buster. They see you and how you're living. Always a star. Yes, you live in color to the limit. Large and in charge. Yes, that's why you rock with Buster. Refreshing range of colorful flavors. Always a star, never the audience. You run things never run yours. Yes, you are the life of it, not just a part of it. Your life is never black and white. Live in full color. Buster.
Bienvenidos de vuelta, compañeros, al Sugar City Morning Show. Son exactamente las 8:37. Aquí dándoles información muy importante, compartiendo con ustedes, información muy importante acerca de el siguiente miércoles, cuando tendremos las elecciones municipales, compartiendo información acerca de si no sabes dónde vas a ir a votar, qué puedes hacer, dónde son los lugares donde vas a ir a votar, qué es el proceso de votación, bla, 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 la información que es necesario. Rubén, has estado haciendo un buen trabajo compartiendo con nuestra audiencia toda esta información y te pido que continúes porque aún tienes más.
Thank you, Emmanuel, and viewers and listeners. Now, we have mentioned to you on the last segment that there are 4 voting areas. Polling area 53, that will be San Francisco. At polling area 53, San Francisco, there are going to be 6 rooms where you'll go and vote. Polling area 54, that is La Inmaculada, there are going to be 5 rooms to vote. So Central will have 11 rooms total, 6 at San Fran and 5 at La Inmaculada. Polling area 55, which is Otrobenque area, the voting will be at Chapel School. There will be 2 polling rooms, A to K and L to Z. And then at the Louisiana Government School, that is known as polling area 60, there will be 11 rooms to vote there. So that is where you will be voting. Those who vote at Louisiana, there will be 11 rooms there because it's the biggest one. Now, when you go to vote, when you enter the room, here's a picture, basically, okay? Basically like this. This tells you how you vote.
Can we ask the cameraman to focus it?
When you go to vote, you will find the official table that will have 3 officers. You will have 2 polling clerks, 1, 2, and the presiding officer. The first, as you enter, the first polling clerk will ask you for your ID or your name. When you give your name, for example here, Emmanuel, you'll say, Emmanuel Martinez. Eduardo. He will call out your name so that the polling clerks can hear. Okay? After he calls out your name and has found your name on the list, he will scratch your name, and then you will go to the second clerk. The second clerk will then ask you to take your index finger. This is your right hand. This is your index finger. He will ask you to dip your finger in the ink about so much, like the first joint. Dip your fingers. I know, ladies, you better not put on no fancy things on your fingernail because you must dip your finger. You understand?
And if you don't think that you can only just do the tip, you have to immerse it up to the first.
You have to dip your finger, and then you will be given a paper to wipe your finger. The first clerk call your name. The second one ask you to dip your finger. Now the presiding officer, the last one, he will have his book. He will tear out the ballot, and the ballot paper will look like this.
May I see one?
Will look like this. this is how it's going to look. If you notice, it's blank here. Then he will take the ballot and he will take his pen back here where it says presiding officer, and then he will sign it in front of you and give you the ballot. Now, after he gives you the ballot, you will be directed to the voting booth, and then you will take your ballot like this, and you will put an X right next to each red one. You see Philip de la Fuente, so you'll put an X 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right next to the red square. And then when you have put it next to the red square, you have voted correctly. Now, when you have voted correctly, remember, look at it here. You'll see the first one, you see Philip de la Fuente, you will see mayor. And then 6 councillors here. So you'll put an X here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 X. This is the correct way to vote on the next to the red boxes. When you finish with it, you will fold your ballot. You will fold your ballot. Okay? Fold your ballot like this. And you will fold it so that you can see the signature of the presiding officer. Okay? After you have finished voting, you will fold it so that you can see the presiding officer. You will go by the box and you will show it to the presiding officer, and then you will drop it in the box. When you have done that, you have voted, and then you go out the exit door. That is the process for when you enter the polling area. Ok, vamos a explicarlo.
En español.
Cuando entramos en la sala de votación ahora, va a haber la mesa de oficiales. Hay 3 personas. Hay 2 que son los clerks, las asistentes del presiding officer. El primero va a llamar tu nombre. Va a revisar la lista y al encontrar tu nombre, lo va a rayar, y una vez que encontró tu nombre, te va a dirigir al otro asistente, el segundo. El segundo asistente te va a pedir que tomes tu index finger, este dedo, la mano derecha, este dedo, y lo vas a meter en el ink.
La tinta.
En la tinta. Thank you, señor. Okay? En la tinta. Después de limpiar tu dedo, vas a ir con el presiding officer, el oficial. El oficial entonces te va a dar una balota así limpio. Mire, la balota así limpio. Y va a tomar su pluma y va a firmar acá atrás, dice Signature Presiding Officer. Va a tomar su pluma y lo va a firmar. Te va a entregar la balota y te va a dirigir hacia la cajita, como así. Y vas a venir acá atrás a votar con tu balota. Vas a venir acá atrás y lo vas a marcar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Y entonces vas a marcar tu balota así. Vas a ver el nombre de la fuente, Philip, Mayor. Y los consejeros acá abajo. Vas a ver los cuadritos rojos. Y al lado de cada uno vas a poner una X. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cuando ha votado para 7X al lado de los 7 cuadritos rojos, usted ha votado correcto. Ahora va a tomar su balota y lo va a doblar. Va a doblar su balota. Así, así y así. Lo va a doblar de una manera que se va a poder ver la firma del oficial que le dio la balota. Cuando termine de doblarlo, va a venir por la caja, le va a mostrar su balota al oficial de que aquí está su firma y lo va a depositar en la caja. Cuando ha terminado, entonces va a salir y el otro votante entra a votar.
Muchas gracias, Rubén. Te hago unas preguntas porque estoy consiguiendo textos.
Ok.
Mira, yo he estado en el cuarto de conteo y he visto.
Bueno, estamos hablando de la entrada.
Sí,
ya
pero
terminó la votación.
He visto que a algunas personas ponen información que no es necesario. Es más, no solo no es necesario, pero es hasta ilegal. No debes de firmar tu balota.
No ha terminado.
No ha terminado.
No, hemos llegado aquí. Ahora, ese es el proceso correcto. Pero vamos a decir que usted va a votar y comete un error para ponerlo acá arriba. Si lo pone acá arriba, entonces no ha votado correcto. Le va a venir a decir el oficial, cometí un error por marcarlo aquí y lo vengo acá y quiero otro uno. El oficial va a tomar su pluma, le va a rayar 2 líneas y va a marcar cancelado. Y va a tomar esta balota y lo va a poner en una cuja y entonces te va a entregar otra balota. Y ahora cuando te entregue la otra balota, vas a venir y vas a marcarlo aquí, al lado de los cuadritos rojos. Ahora, si usted decide marcar en la línea, cualquiera parte de la línea acá adentro, cualquiera parte, su indicación va a ser correcto. ¿Ok? Se va a aceptar y se va a contar acá adentro. Ok. Bueno, si usted entra ahora y necesita ayuda y dice, mire, yo quiero ayuda para votar porque no veo bien. Entonces, si entra solo, un representante de cada partido será llamado y el oficial le va a decir, aquí está tu balota, ¿para quién quieres votar? For whom do you want to vote? Usted le va a decir entonces, pues yo quiero votar para el rojo. Y le va a decir, ¿estás seguro? Sí, quiero votar para el rojo. Entonces el oficial enfrente de los dos representantes de los dos partidos va a marcar 7X al lado del cuadrito rojo. Entonces te va a entregar la balota y lo va a doblar y tú lo entregas en la caja. ¿Ok? Bueno, y les estamos pidiendo de que cuando vayan a votar, vean abajo de la balota donde están los cuadritos rojos y voten 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7X al lado del cuadrito rojo. ¿Ok? Bueno, ahora, hay gente, por ejemplo, oficiales en las embajadas, hay soldados que están trabajando ese día, hay oficiales conduciendo la elección registrados en diferentes áreas, policías trabajando ese día. Esas personas van a poder votar por lo que se dice un proxy vote. El 28 de este mes es el último día para entregar ese proxy vote. ¿A dónde se consigue ese proxy vote? Ese proxy vote se consigue en Elections and Boundaries. Ahí se le da 2 papeles. 2. Uno donde tiene el nombre del votante y la autorización a quién le está autorizando que vote para él. El otro es el papel que usted, que fue indicado para votar, va ahí en el polling area, se lo va a mostrar al oficial y va a votar. Ahora, el que va a votar para proxy vote es un votante que solo puede votar una vez para un proxy vote. You can only vote for one person. You cannot vote. If in your family, Eduardo, there are 4 people that will vote by proxy, and you assign Ruben Campos, I can only vote for 1. So the other family members have to find 3 other persons to vote. Only 1. No. The person that is voting on behalf of somebody, authorized the proxy, will go and present the authorization. The officer will then find the name and issue the ballot. Now listen carefully. The person voting proxy for somebody else will not have to dip a finger in there because it's voting for somebody else. You go vote, fold it, put it in the box. So when I go to vote, I am required to dip my finger. So I only dip my finger one time because that vote is for me. But as a proxy voter, I have to dip my finger because I'm voting for somebody else, and I am taking an authorized proxy vote to the presiding officer.
Repítele a la audiencia, por favor, que eso simplemente es aplica para aquellas personas que están trabajando durante las elecciones o que por alguna razón no están aquí porque están al servicio del gobierno en otro país. Sí. Esto no aplica, lo que Rubén acaba de hablar, no aplica para nosotros aquí en Belice, que vamos a ir que no estamos trabajando, que vamos a ir a las urnas a depositar ese voto. Sí. Eso aplica para las personas que están trabajando para las elecciones durante para ese día. Es más, la persona que está detrás de la mesa, que no puede quitarse, esa persona pudiera. Las personas que viven en los embajadores, personas que las policías, o que quizás te han movido de un lado a otro en el transcurso del día y no has podido regresar a tu lugar donde estás registrado para votar. Solo así aplica. Y recordándoles, si es que eres una de esas personas que estás trabajando, estás al servicio del gobierno y vas a estar trabajando durante esas elecciones, mañana es el día para fecha límite para poder llenar esta aplicación y formalizarlo.
Sí, hay que hacer, una vez que se aplica para el proxy vote, el 28, cual es mañana, va a ser el último día para entregar esa aplicación de autorización para el proxy vote. Así que después de mañana, el 28, después del 1 de marzo, se va a publicar una lista de todos esos que aplicaron y fueron aprobados y se van a dirigir hacia las áreas donde son correspondientes. So that if there is a proxy vote from Belmopan to Orange Walk, I'm registered here, that copy will be sent to Orange Walk, so that the presiding officer will also have a copy of that authorization. Okay? Because the presiding officer will have a list. Habrá una lista con todos los que están autorizados a votar por proxy vote. Así, nadie puede venir a decir, yo voy a votar por fulano de tal, pero si tu nombre no está acá y no fue registrado...
¿Puedes votar por adelantado si es proxy vote? ¿O tiene que ser el mismo día?
Tiene que ser el mismo día porque la ley ha indicado que las votaciones comienzan desde las 7 de la mañana hasta las 6 de la tarde. That's how the law is. Voting shall take place between the hours of 7 in the morning to 6 in the evening. Desde las 7 de la mañana hasta las 6 de la tarde. Está explícito las horas de votación. Así de que mucha gente va temprano, así que a las 7 pues quieren ir. Y hay unos que quieren tener su new record, ¿no? Que yo quiero ser primero históricamente y muchos quieren estar allá primero para ver el nuevo cambio en Orange Walk. Y también, como les he mencionado, es importante ver que hay una balota así limpio. Entonces cuando lo reciben, el oficial va a firmar acá atrás y te va a entregar balota. Cuando vas atrás del cuartito allá para votar, vas a ver tu balota así y vas a marcar para los 7 candidatos del UDP al lado del cuadrito rojo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 nomás, porque si vota más de 7 no es válido eso. ¿Ok? Si usted vota para 2 alcaldes, no sirve. Si vota para más de 6 candidatos, su balota no va a tener validez. Así que le pedimos que pueda ver el nombre de Philip de la Fuente y abajo va a haber 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 consejeros y con él son 7. Así que vamos a votar comenzando con el nombre Philip de la Fuente y bajar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 y ponemos acá al ladito los 7X. 1X acá, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7X al lado del cuadrito rojo. Lo vamos a doblar en forma que se pueda ver la firma del oficial. Y antes de meterlo en la caja, se lo mostramos al oficial y lo depositamos allá. Y hemos hecho
y
nuestro derecho de
no
ciudadano.
lo firmes, ni pongas tu nombre, ni nada de eso, porque eso nulifica tu voto.
Sí.
La persona cuando se esté contando y ven que tú ya firmaste esto, se pone y se tira al basurero.
Yeah, do not write your name on the ballot. If you write your name, it's a spoiled ballot. It's rejected, no good.
Se tira, se va.
Sí, sí,
bueno,
no sirve.
muchas gracias, Rubén. ¿Alguna otra cosa? Porque tengo otro tema rápidamente que tratar.
No solo pedirle a la gente que salga a votar temprano, que se preparen, y otra cosa, no se va a permitir borrachos que vayan a votar. Ese día es día que se le informa a todo negocio que no deben de vender licor. Es contra la ley. It's against the law to sell liquor on election day. And if you're caught, the police will take you to the police station. So avoid that by informing your customers from today that on election day, no
ley
liquor,
seca.
no ley seca. All right? Así que, y también, you must go sober. You know, you can't go there drunk and que alguien te esté cargando, ya, porque if you're not clear to the presiding officer, how will you vote correctly?
Okay, thank you, Ruben. Thank you, Ruben. Hemos estado viendo y cambiando tema rápidamente y drásticamente. Hemos estado viendo en Facebook y escuchando los medios de comunicación hablando y diseminando información incorrecta acerca de este tanker que está en las aguas de Belice. Y quiero aquí leer una nota de prensa de parte del gobierno de Belice que clarifica esto. Y lo voy a leer y dice, compañeros, en inglés, y voy a leer mi mejor intento para traducirlo en español para que todos lo entiendan. Dice, temporary delay in replenishment of supply of diesel oil. It has come to the attention of the government of Belize, GOB, that a temporary delay in the replenishment of the supply of diesel oil, which has led to some gas stations not receiving their full orders, is somehow being attributed to a purported non-payment by government of its fuel bills. Okay? It says the Ministry of Finance wishes to advise the public that this delay is solely due to unanticipated difficulties encountered by PDVSA, not by Puma or the government of Belize, in the offloading of a shipment of fuel from Venezuela to Belize, and has absolutely, I repeat, absolutely nothing to do with any payment by GOB or its fuel bills. All GOB bills are expected to remain up to date. The Ministry of Finance has been informed by Puma that it has made alternate arrangements to bring in diesel from other sources to fill the full needs of the gas stations. The stock of diesel will return to normal no later than the middle of this week. It is also expected that the shipment of fuel from Venezuela will be offloaded in the next several days. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, diesel is available. Diesel is available at stations countrywide. So, the important thing, it says, the Ministry of Finance wishes to advise the public that this delay is due solely to unanticipated difficulties encountered by PDVSA and not by Puma or the government of Belize. There we see on the screen the tanker. Compañeros, well, just to quickly finish in English, this has nothing to do with what some people are commenting on radio stations and television stations, that government has no money and that is a pile of lies, ladies and gentlemen. It has nothing, I repeat, nothing to do with government's ability to pay. It is not even government's responsibility. It is the responsibility of PDVSA, and not even by Puma and the government of Belize. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. En español, rápidamente, este atraso temporal en lo que es el suministro de diésel, y dice, ha llegado a la atención del gobierno de Belice de que un atraso temporal en el suministro de diésel, que ha causado que algunas gasolineras no logren recibir su cantidad completa y total de diésel, está de una forma u otra puesta de que es porque el gobierno de Belice no ha pagado su cuenta de gasolina. Quiere informarle el gobierno de Belice y a través del Ministerio de Finanzas de que este atraso no es de parte del gobierno de Belice ni de Puma, que es la marca, la compañía, la empresa que está encargada de importar el petróleo, pero debido a las dificultades por una empresa llamada PDVSA, y no es el atraso, no es del gobierno o de la capacidad del gobierno para poder pagar su cuenta. Eso son mentiras que se están propagando en las estaciones de radio, algunas, y está usado convenientemente por razones políticas. ¿Ok? Compañeros,
no, así es, Emanuel, de que...
Permíteme terminar aquí. El ministro del Ministerio de Finanzas ha informado por Puma que ha estado haciendo arreglos de último minuto para traer diésel para el uso en Belice, y que estos stocks, estos niveles de diésel estarán regresando a su normalidad tan pronto el curso de esta semana. Pero diésel sigue siendo disponible en las gasolineras, como hablamos ahora. Así que no tiene que ver nada con pagos, compañeros, no tiene que ver nada con eso, es simplemente un atraso de la compañía, de la empresa PDVSA, y si es que vieron las noticias anoche, ahí se explica el proceso de compras, y esto no tiene que ver absolutamente nada con el gobierno de Belice.
No, precisamente eso es lo que iba a indicar, Emanuel, Eduardo, de que en la noticia de anoche, en Channel 7 News, allá se indicó de que el gobierno de Belice no tiene nada que ver con eso. Y la situación es de que la compañía que alquila el barco para hacer entrega, y son ellos que tienen esa complicación. No tiene nada que ver con las compañías de Belice ni con el gobierno de Belice. Pero como sabemos que estamos en el tono político, la oposición, por decir, está diciendo pues que algo para poner de mal el gobierno de Belice. Pero eso es pura mentira. El gobierno no tiene nada que ver con eso. Y en todas las gasolineras hay diésel, habrá diésel, y eso es la situación. Solo es algo político, pero en realidad eso nos afecta aquí en la municipalidad para el miércoles próximo, porque el miércoles próximo nosotros hemos decidido que sí, como dice la oposición, change is coming, y sí, es verdad, change is coming to Orange Walk, porque la mayoría de la gente va a votar para Philip de la Fuente y los 6 consejeros del UDP, y con eso quiero pedirles a ustedes que nos preparemos con su So, balota, sample ballots ya preparados para votar 7X al lado del cuadrito rojo.
Muchas gracias, Rubén. Aquí dándole las gracias al equipo de producción por su trabajo continuo, Chequi, Morris, Rahim, y también a ti, Rubén, por tu participación aquí en el Morning Show. Pero importantemente, compañeros, a ustedes, a la audiencia que nos ve y que nos escucha y que nos apoya. Pasen un día fantástico. Si estás celebrando tus cumpleaños hoy, que la pases de maravilla. De aquí, parte de todos nosotros aquí en Canal 10, te estamos enviando los mejores deseos. Compañeros, este show repite a las 9, pero de todas formas estaremos de vuelta con ustedes mañana a la misma hora. Se cuidan todos y que Dios les bendiga. Hasta luego, nos vemos.
Sugar City Morning Show.